this is the weekly forecast for the week of 13th of February 2017. This includes an extended love reading because it's Valentine's week for a lot of countries. 14th of February is Valentine's Day in many of the countries that will be watching this video. So for those of you who aren't interested in love and relationships, you'll just have to grin and bear it a little. But there is a general forecast reading after the love reading. Now the first two cards that come up, the Queen of the Day and the Dreaming, you can see have this ethereal quality about them, this dreaming quality about them. That Queen of the Day speaks about seeing the miracles and the wonderful things and the lovely things that happen in your life every single day, and taking notice of them, and taking notice of how you are blessed in life as well. The Dreaming card speaks about this is time for you to dream about what you would love to have, what you would like to have, what would make your heart happy. You've been given the energies within this week to do that. Now, the reason the universe would want you to do this is it creates an energy field around you, that energy field I'm always talking about. And this lovely, soft, magical, blessed energy field will then attract those kind of experiences into your love relationships and into your friendships as well, even your partnerships. So try to cultivate that energy this week. It'll be easier than usual because the universe is now giving you the go-ahead this week. It'll stand by you. It'll support those kind of energies. So take note of the beautiful things that happen in your life. Take note of the blessings in your life. Take notice of the miracles. And you'll see when you begin to do that, you'll notice more and more of them. And take time to dream about what your heart would truly want, what kind of romance you truly want. And do it regardless if you are already in a relationship or if you are waiting for a relationship. The next two cards that come up is the True Love and the Honeymoon card. Now, I'm first going to speak for those of you who are not in relationships but waiting for a relationship. Now, that first card that comes up is very clear about the fact that true love is on its way and says this is the romance of a lifetime. There is a lot of that kind of energy around at the moment, so I'm not surprised this card has turned up. For those of you waiting for somebody, that true love somebody is about to come into your life. But now pay attention to those first two cards that came up because they are saying you need to create the correct energy field as well. Otherwise, you're not going to draw in that kind of wonderful once-in-a-lifetime love. If you're constantly complaining and constantly worrying and constantly picking out problems, then obviously you can't attract that kind of energy into your life. You might attract someone into your life, but they're not going to be the true love, once-in-a-lifetime romance kind of person. And then the next card, that Honeymoon card, says, this is, I think, if you go away a bit now, even if you take a day out and go somewhere special, you might meet that person there. This card really speaks about meeting somebody in kind of a holiday atmosphere. So even if you take the day and you go to the park, or you go to the aquarium, or you go to the movies with popcorn, you just take the day off, this is very likely where you are going to meet that person. That's the message with this card. So for those of you waiting for that special somebody, it looks like this week you are going to be meeting them. Then for those of you already in partnerships and relationships, you will find that you can actually feel that romance that you felt in that true love you felt for your partner at one time. If you take a bit of time out together and go and spend it somewhere out of your usual routine, away from your usual stress, away from all the stuff happening out there. Take some time out, go do something really enjoyable together, and you will feel that true love for one another again. Switch off the TVs and the cell phones and the iPads and the whatever all else. Go to a lovely place, spend that time together, and you will also get to feel that beautiful romantic feeling again. Then that final card that comes up in your love and relationship says that love does not know about yesterday and tomorrow. It is always new. So what that card is saying is, what the message is that comes with this card is, forget about yesterday. If you're looking for a relationship and you've got into a few of them in the last year or whatever, and they've all turned bad, even if it's been your entire life up to now, they've all gone bad. You know what? It's about to change. Something new is coming in. It's about to be different. Forget that. Don't base what is happening now or in the future on your past experiences, because it does not apply. This is a new experience coming your way. And the same applies for you in partnerships and relationships. Don't judge them by what happened in the past. There's actually an opportunity for new energy to be brought into your relationships and your partnerships, providing you don't keep harping on the past, remembering the past, the fears of the past, the disappointments of the past, and then judging your relationship and acting in your relationship based on those past fears and disappointments, because there's new energy here. It's there for you. It's available for you. That seeing the best, looking for the miracles, looking for the beauty, dreaming about what you'd really like it to be like, those energies are all there to put new, bright energy into your relationships, providing you make the effort to do so. It's there, though. It's fully supported this week. Now, your general forecast reading underlines that new energy. That window activation card speaks about that. It says a new energy, a new wind is blowing into our lives. There's a huge shift coming. For those of us that don't do change easily and we get fairly stuck, we're going to get a little boot in the butt to get us moving. For those of us that know it's time for change, it's inevitable, we are going to move easier with this change. It doesn't mean that life won't get a little bit windy at times. It will, but it's worth it because it's a brand new, cleansing, activating energy moving in. That next card, the rain purification card, speaks about letting go of all those old ideas, those old thoughts, those old hurts, those old disappointments that are stopping you from seeing the new life that is moving in. And guys, this applies to all areas of your life. If your career has been dreary and dreadful and awful, know that there's new energy moving in here, but you need to let go of your old ideas of when you didn't succeed, or when you tried something and it failed, or when you tried something and it just didn't turn out the way you did. This applies to the spiritual side of your life as well. If you've been struggling with that, there's a new energy that's about to come into it. It applies to all areas of your life. But you do need to let go of the old belief systems, right? The old fear, especially the old fear. Because that vulnerability or meadow card speaks about opening one's heart again, trusting again, and having faith again. And that always makes us feel vulnerable. In other words, do not base your decisions, your ideas, and beliefs on fear. Fear is when we then react in ways that are not nice and not good and not generous and not kind, and they don't benefit us in even the smallest way. This speaks all about having trust and faith and hope, and knowing that the future is going to be a better place, regardless of how bumpy the road is now. It's going to improve. But you need to have that faith, you need to have that trust, and you need to see the miracles happening around you every day. And that includes on the job, at home, in the traffic, wherever it might be. You need to open your heart again and have trust and faith that things are going to be good, because they are going to be. They definitely are going to be. But it's going to require our effort of seeing the higher road, of behaving in the better way, of not responding from fear all the time. And check yourself when you do respond from fear. Why are you scared, and what is it that you're scared of? And why don't you have enough faith to overcome that fear? Ask yourself those questions. Right. If you would like a personal private reading, or you'd like that wonderful soulmate reading that I offer at the beginning of the video, which everyone is enjoying so much, and honestly it's one of my favorite things to do, or any one of the other readings, you'll see they're all in the frames coming up now. You can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com or book a reading via the website. Both URLs show up in the owl picture. There's lots of different readings. Take your pick. Some of them are genuinely affordable and highly enjoyable. And I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Oh, and have a wonderful Valentine's Day.